Welcome to Celebration Conversations. I'm your host, Sarah Taylor Young. Join me each week as I share inspirational conversations with fellow co-writers, artists, and friends. Here at Celebration Conversations, it is my hope that you will find motivation and celebration in your own story. Let's get to it. This week, I am with international contemporary gospel recording artist, visual artist, and author JackieO Kelley. Her music incorporates an array of sounds that carries the message of Jesus Christ. She is definitely a survivor, and her story is definitely worth celebrating. She has recently released an ebook on Amazon entitled Stepping Out, Moving Forward, Songs and Devotions, available on Amazon today. Check out her website at www.JackieOKelley.org. Follow her on Instagram at JackieOArtist. All right, today I am with Miss JackieO Kelley. How are you today, Miss Jackie?
I am doing good. Thank the Lord. I'm doing good.
Yes, good. I met you at Global Songwriters Connection, and I thought, oh, what an intriguing name, Miss Jackie O. That sounds really cool. So I thought, I wonder if this lady would write some music with me. So that's how we met, right? At
Yes,
a
yes,
pop event with Global Songwriters Connection, right?
yes. That's the short version. I
Yes, the
remember we
rest.
talked forever on the phone, never
Yes,
met you, and you were just like, we were just rambling like we knew each other.
yes, yes,
And I said,
yes.
I think I'm going to like this lady. Let's see what's going on.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
So when did you start writing and singing and just creating in general?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do the really, really short version. I'm gonna try
Okay.
with starting. I started singing when I was 5 with my brothers and my dad. He had a quartet, so I started singing that. He was training us even all through that time, and then as I got older, I was playing for choirs and groups and teaching music, teaching parts and everything with choirs. I started probably doing that. I started playing piano about 7 years old. I was 5 when I started singing, 7 playing piano, and about maybe 12, I think, when I was started teaching youth choirs and choirs how to sing. And I said, wow, but it was a real blessing. So I started doing that. And then as I grew and started expanding, and I used to go, my dad was a pastor of the church, so I used to go and um, play before his sermons, and that really taught me there that was the ground of my teaching of how to flow during a service. I learned that at a very young age, and it's something about the connection. I would just know where to go, because in our Black churches we just kind of flow a certain way, right? And I don't know if you know that, but we but we just flow a certain kind of way. And even some preachers, when they preach in a tone, like maybe the key of C, and then they might modulate to C sharp,
Oh,
D, and yeah. I never told you that. So I learned in the churches, how to play in different keys, just like that, because you had to learn in order to stay right with them, because we were just very energetic in
mm-hmm.
our churches. But the true training came when I would service. I would go with my dad when he had to go and preach somewhere, or even in our church. I played for the services and everything. And we all grew up that way. All 10 of us. It's 10 of us in our family. And we
Whew.
were all, yeah, we 6 boys and 5 girls. I mean, 6 boys and 4 girls. Wait, yeah, 4 girls to remember. And then and we were all musically inclined, and artists. We were just a creative family. So it all started there. Those were my roots. And then growing and learning and playing for different churches. And where we're from, Fresno, California, where I'm from, I played for many churches, huge churches, diverse churches, all Hispanic, all black, all white. I just love that because I believe that's how it is in heaven. So,
Yes.
God gave me that experience to be able to play different types of music and sing different genres. So that was my root. That's where it started. So, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I answered your question all the way.
Yes, you are a very multifaceted artist.
Yeah.
Graphic, no, hold on. How do you say it? Um, Design, visual artist, as well as
Visual artist. Yes. Yes.
yes, as well as a singer, songwriter,
Performing
performing artist.
artist.
Yes, you've
Yes.
got some of your artwork back there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just try to see if I can show you a little bit there. That's my son and my nephew. It's an oil painting, and I don't
Oh,
know if you can see it, but I wasn't ready to show you anything. But this is some of the artwork back there. But
yes.
I have a whole room of in my art studio, a whole room of my whole house is a gallery. So I have my artwork
Yes.
all over the place.
Well, one piece of artwork I am very proud to
Yeah,
have is
yeah,
this right here. This is going to be part of my album artwork. It's a
yes,
JackieO original.
yes,
Um, so
yes.
I
That
am,
was fun. That was fun doing
yes, yes,
that.
I was so excited to have that. It's just everything I imagined it would be and more.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you.
So, yes, thank you, Miss Jackie. How did you begin pursuing your music career and just your whole artist career, getting all that going? You're from California, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And well, as far as the art, the visual arts, I've always painted, always was drawn. I have a brother, I have brothers and sisters well, brothers and nieces and nephews. We all just, we paint, we draw, we sing and all that. So, but my dad always, when I was younger, I remember, I think I was in junior high school, maybe junior high or high school, junior high probably. He would always give me a little spot in the room, in the house, where I can set up my canvases and just draw and paint and all that. So they always made sure that I had everything I needed for that. So I was painting when I was just as young as when I was singing. So I started singing. So the career part of it, I haven't quite mastered the painting career. I'm still trying to get some galleries to put some stuff. Yeah, I've had some of my work in galleries, so I have. So I'm going to work on that, but that's a whole big thing by itself. And but the music I started, I remember when I was coming up, I would sing everybody else's music. I love certain artists that I just love their music. And so I would sing their music. And one day my husband told me that, you should write your own music. And I said, well, I've never written any songs or anything like that. And he said, no, you need to write your own. You can do this. And so he kind of pushed me that way. And then life happens, things start happening, and which really catapulted me to start writing about my experiences. So I think I started that probably in 1995. 1995 is when I really actually started writing. And then, but writing more, I would say in the late 2000s. I mean,
Okay.
like 2008 is when I really, really started. Right, I wrote my first project. I think it was 2008.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me about a time in your life when music brought you out of a dark place.
Well, there were many times and that's the reason why I was able to write the songs that I've written. Is I was diagnosed with breast cancer twice. One time it was probably around 1992, and I was going through that. My son was about 8 years old, and so that was a very dark time because there are family members that had gone before me, and some that were diagnosed with breast cancer too. So, and so that was a very dark time. I didn't know whether I was going to live or die, and I said, Lord, I'm young. My son is only 8, or what's going to happen. But then he spoke to me, I remember, on the table when we were going through the process, and he said that you know I will live and not die. In other words, he said that he's not done with me. So I had a lot of peace through that whole journey, and I healed and got better and everything. And then I would say 27 years later, it came back again on the same side. And I went through that whole journey of that too. But I knew, well, Lord, if you did it one time, you will do it again. I believe, I'm not done with what you're calling me to do with with my assignments. You're not done with me. So by that time I had more faith, but it was still, there's a lot of different highs and lows through that whole thing. And then 2 knee replacements, which was, whew, Lord God, that was when I was, really down in a dark place, and I wasn't creative. I couldn't create anything. I didn't have the energy or anything to do anything. So that was down in that valley, probably about maybe 3 years, until my husband said, well, we need to move to Nashville. I said, Nashville? I said, yeah, I did. I said, Nashville? I said, I don't want to go to Nashville, because I didn't know anything about Nashville. And then he said, well, you need to be around people so you can start doing your music again. You need to meet people and all that. And so I don't know, one day it just like a peace came over me, and I said, okay, let's do it. I'm ready. Let's go. And then we packed up and moved actually to Hendersonville, which is not far from Nashville. And I got connected with different organizations, and that's what really started me writing even more, and just really connecting with that. So it was no way but up now. So
yes, no way but up. I mean,
no way but up.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about your CD, All About You. How did that record come about? What was that? The inspiration? Who was on your team?
Wow. Well, All About You was at a time that we were really, really very excited about our lives and where it was going. My husband was our manager at that time, and he would put me in places and all that. And all I remember saying is, well, Lord, I'm here. I mean, you brought me through so many things. I'm yours. That's another song that I wrote. I belong to you. It's all about you. It's not about me. I'm not going to take the glory. You're going to take it all. I give you the glory for everything that you've done. So that's how I lived my life. And, we would do, I would go different places and singing and all that. And so, so All About You there was a time in my life that I was really seeking him really, really hard. I mean, just all the time, early morning, late at night, all through the day. It was just a hunger for him. So that whole CD came out with that basis, or that thing in mind, that, I'm going to serve you and you only, so it's all about you. Yeah.
Tell me about your release, Forgiven, Songs and Devotions. Where did that come from?
Okay, now the Forgiven, lately, the past 2 records, the Lord had put in my heart to, first of all, Forgiven was the name of my second CD. And I wrote songs around that subject. Forgiven, you're forgiven, and there's a song, and I even wrote a song called Forgiven. Of course, I'm always writing a song that's the title, of course, the title of the CD. And so with all those series of songs, the Lord had impressed on me to write about it, there was a message in all that, in all the songs that I write. There was a message for people, about letting go, and you're forgiven. You don't have to walk around feeling guilt anymore, because you're forgiven. If you're walking with God and you want your life to change, just know that you're forgiven, and just turn your life over to him. So, all those songs were centered around that. And so he told me, he gave me the inspiration to write a book about it. And the book is called Forgiven, Songs and Devotions. And so I was with Tate Publishing, which had a little, you know, recording component to them, and so they helped me with that Forgiven CD. And also I was, you know, I said, well, while I'm in it, let me write a book. And so they were really a book company, so they helped me with getting that book out too. So it is on Amazon. It's out of print right now, but we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get
Yeah.
it back, and yes, and then so yeah.
So
Anyway.
take me as a reader and listener, what can I find in that book? Is it just a book, like a story, a fictional book, or does it
Oh, good
kind of
question.
weave in your music with it?
Good question. Well, the first that song that CD Forgiven, and the book, what it is, it's lyrics, this devotionals with scriptures concerning this, with that goes with that song, and then with each song that's in the book, and then the story behind it. And that's how I set it up with that. And when I was with Tate, they, you know, they had a way that people can go and download the songs and hear it. But now with my new project, which I know we're going to get right into that
Yes,
afterwards,
ma'am.
right? Or maybe I can go right into it now, is because I'm going to talk about them both the same. My latest project, Stepping Out Moving Forward, I did the same thing, that same kind of, you know, the same way, is to have a CD with all the songs on it, all the songs that I've written, and then write a book about it. And that was what he's given me. But this time, the Stepping Out Moving Forward songs and devotions, which I know we're going to talk about, here it is right
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Is now is what happened with that, what's involved in that book is the same setup, but this time you'll have a link to be able to hear the song. So so that's how that's working right now, which we're getting ready to launch. I think we're gonna talk about that. I don't want to go ahead of you.
Yes, yes. No, so
Yeah.
tell me
So
about that book. So it's based on a CD, your most recent Stepping Out Moving
it was
Forward.
inspired by it. The book was inspired by the CD, by the songs that I've written. And let's see, I had some notes here. Oh, God, I didn't have them all. Oh, but anyway, and so the whole idea is that a person can be able to read the lyrics and have a devotion at the same time, because it's talking about the subject. Let's say, you know, again, stepping out, moving forward. You know, there's things about us taking a leap of faith and walking, going, don't let anything to get in your way, and things like that. That's what this book is all about, and it's incorporated with all the songs from that CD, Stepping Out Moving Forward. So I do have a CD for that. But the person that would purchase this book, you have it all in one. You don't have to have a separate CD and a book, because see, that's what we did before. Now you have everything all in one, where you have the lyrics of the song, the devotions behind with the scriptures, and then the story behind the song. How was I inspired to write it? And
Beautiful.
then you'd have a link in there right after each chapter that you can click, and you'll be able to hear the song. So it
Awesome. So
takes you on a journey.
yes, yes. So it's an e right now, correct?
It's an ebook right now, and we're gonna have the launch. Is it okay if I go right into that?
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, we are gonna have the launch on December 15th, the big launch, I call it, of Stepping Out, Moving Forward, Songs and Devotions. And it's be a great time to be able to, and we're gonna have a Facebook Live on that. That's the launch, is the Facebook Live, where you'll be able to get a real good deal on the book at that time. But I won't.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's December 15th, 11 o'clock Central Time. PST Pacific Time is 9 o'clock, and Eastern Time is 12 o'clock, something like Yeah.
Okay, so is this limited to just your like little fan base, or is it open to the whole public? How
It's
do we
open.
find out? How do we get on? How do we log on and all that?
Yeah, it's open to the public. We're just going through all the process of getting that set up. Most of the people on my Facebook would be able to see it, but I believe it's going to be open up to the public as well.
Okay, so it's
And
going
I
to
just
be
have to get back to you on that. I think it's gonna be on my personal page. You know, the JackieO Kelley Facebook page.
okay.
It's gonna be on there. So we'd have to get that link. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'll
they
have
can
it.
join in, and I'm gonna we're gonna make it. It's gonna be very exciting because I'll get a chance to really talk about the book, and I might sing a little bit if we have a little time. Just do a little
Yeah.
some of the songs on there, and yeah. So it's a very exciting time because this is different. It's gonna look like this,
It's
and
so pretty.
yes, thank you.
Who
And
did the artwork?
yeah, it's my artwork on the outside. Yes, and the CD it looks the same. It'll look the
It's
same if they want to buy the CD by itself. But the
okay.
songs in there, I just wanted to name the songs.
Sure.
The songs are "Yes I Will." That is a cover. That's the only one that I didn't write, except I wrote the third verse to it. I kind of added my own thing to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and put my groove on it. But anyway, it's called "Yes I Will." And then the Letting Go, I redid Letting Go. It was on the last CD, but anyway, that's a long story. But Letting Go, we made it for radio play because it was played on the radio.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I redo it. Okay, and then yeah, I guess I didn't have to say all that. Never Give Up, Stronger, Stepping Out, Moving Forward, I'm Yours, I Will Wait. And that the I Will Wait would feature my husband singing with me on that.
No,
I know you didn't know that one, huh?
I did not.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you'll get to hear him sing. Yeah.
All right, go Keith.
Yeah, and then I Know the Plans, which is taken from the scripture. I know the plans for you, the plan, you know that scripture that talks
Mhm.
about that. And then The Invitation, which invites people to Christ. It's a song that I wrote with that. And then One Way, saying one way, there's only one way to the Father, and that's through Jesus Christ. So it's a good reggae kind of a beat.
Oh,
Really nice.
cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of different flavors in this CD, and it's upbeat, it's uplifting. You'll feel like dancing, you'll feel like rocking, you'll be ministered to, I mean, it's just so many different facets and a little bit of different genres in there, because that's what I'm made up of, is all these
Yeah.
different genres of music. So
Yes.
yes.
So, what would you say to somebody in a dark space right now? It's a time of COVID. It's the time of just lots of uncertainty. How do you get through it all? How do you try to have a good attitude? What would you say to somebody that's kind of in that
Wow.
position and maybe they're thinking about looking at your book?
Well, we have to really trust God through this whole process. We don't know really why this is happening, but we have to trust God through it, because I think personally He's trying to tell us something. We need to recognize. I mean, we as a people get too busy. Even in ministry, we get too busy and not enough time with family, or too stressed because there's so much going on, or not taking care of ourselves because we eat maybe the wrong things or whatever. I mean, it's so many, there's such a wide how would I say, everybody has their own thing that they're dealing with, and there's something that they can learn out of it, at this dark time. And I mean, it's crazy. Just a minute. I told my husband, you didn't hear my husband.
I
Just
did.
a minute. Can you mute me? Keith, I'm still on. My husband is very.
I can edit all that out, Miss Jackie. No worries.
Oh, no, while I'm talking and he's doing all that stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. He's extra. Extra. But anyway, but yes, I forgot what I was doing. But you know what? Speaking of extra, you know, he makes me laugh. We have to find an escape somewhere during this time. I know that it's hard depending on the situation, the different levels of different things that people are dealing with. So many different levels. I mean, when I talk to different people and what they're experiencing, even in their lives, just levels, layers of things. And then it just depends on where we are at that time. It's bittersweet. You know, it's really bittersweet. And it's, you know, it's really, stop, Sarah. That feeds the fire. But Key, don't turn, please don't. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so anyway, but you know, during this time, it's really, you know, I know it's serious. I mean, people are dying, but then there are people that are living too. So
That's
we have to find a place that we can go to and be in a safe place, a place that would make you happy, you know, a good place. And fortunately with me, I have my art to turn to. I have music to turn to. I have my writing to turn to. That's what has kept me grounded. We have to find some place where we can laugh in our space to stay on the light side of this, because it's so crazy. It's just really, everybody's experiencing on different levels. So I would say keep the faith. If you're a Christian and you love God, get in the word, seek him, ask him what he want you to do. You know, there may be something he's probably picking at you to do something for the kingdom. Go, you know, bless somebody who can't get to the grocery store or whatever. Go help somebody else. But at the same time, stay safe. Wear those masks, clean your hands, keep your distance. You can see your family from a distance. I know it's hard. It was hard. It's very hard. When we went home for my mother's celebration, it was hard because our family's close and we want to hug each other and stuff. But we even kept our distance. We kept our distance. And sometimes you have to do that to get to the next place. So I would say just keep your head up, get my book and listen to that music. Maybe it'll make you dance. Find some music that'll make you move and free you, because not only my music, but you know, find some music. Sometimes I crack that Alexis thing way high and dance and laugh, and you know, it's not always that way, but we try to tap into that because that's survival.
Yes.
It's survival.
Yes.
So that's my word. That's my word.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being on. Where can we buy your CD and your book?
Well, the book will be, and especially after the launch, the book will be on Amazon. Okay. And all you need to do is type in Stepping Out, Moving Forward, Songs and Devotions. Now the CD, I'm working on that to get it. I know, you know what? It is on Amazon. I'll take that back. The Forgiven CD is on Amazon. That's right. And if you write in Forgiven, JackieO Kelley, and it's not O apostrophe, you got to put the dot behind it, or don't put the dot. Yes. You know, it's really strange because when we first started off, we didn't really realize that we have to spell my name a certain way in order for you to find it. So if you look up songs, Forgiven, for the Forgiven CD, it's just called Forgiven. But for the book you'll have to get it through me because it's not on Amazon yet. I'm going to relaunch that later. But you can get it through me my email is JackieO.KelleyMusic@gmail.com. I have so many.
Yes.
You know what it is if you can put it in for me,
I know what
Sarah.
it is. Yes,
Sarah,
ma'am.
Sarah got my back.
Yes.
So that's how you could contact me with that, with the Forgiven book. The Forgiven CD is on Amazon. All About You, it used to be. I don't think it's on there anymore. And then the Stepping Out, Moving Forward Songs and Devotions with the CDs. Now the CDs are on there, but you have to buy each song is the way they have it set. Well, you know what? I think you can buy the whole album. You can buy the whole album too. I think they have that set up like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm
And
on Amazon. When you look for the book, it's Jacqueline O'Neal Kelley. It's not JackieO. It's Jacqueline O'Neal Kelley, Stepping Out, Moving Forward, Songs and Devotions.
all right. And can you have a website too, right?
Oh yeah, website is JackieOKelley.org. Or if you accidentally put .com, it'll still come up.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so the
And
website is there, and I'm on Facebook,
Instagram.
Instagram. Woo, well, I hope I don't overwhelm you with all those pages I have on
Oh,
Facebook.
yes. My goodness. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for being on. I've really enjoyed having you.
Thank you, Sarah. I love you, Sarah. Mwah.
Hey there! Don't go just yet. Be sure to hit subscribe to be notified of new episodes every week of Celebration Conversations. Show us some support by liking and sharing to inspire other followers and friends alike. Follow me at syoungmusic on Instagram. I would love if you left a comment or a review about this episode.